Haunted by a life or death choice. Photographer Victor faces demonic forces, as his daughter Angela is possessed by a demon straight from hell. This is a bone-chilling tale of sacrifice and dark rituals. Watch the video till end to get the complete horror story. The film begins in Port-au-Prince, with photographer Victor Fielding on vacation with his pregnant wife, Soren. While she meets a voodoo priestess for a blessing ritual, an earthquake strikes the city. She gets trapped under the rubble. Victor rescues her. Facing a life or death decision at the hospital, doctors inform Victor that saving Soren may endanger the baby, forcing him to choose whom to save. 13 years later, Victor and his daughter Angela live in Georgia. He has lost faith in God after his wife's death. On the way to school, he questions Angela for wearing her mother's scarf. Angela, along with her friend Catherine, plans a trip to the woods after school, but only the two girls go. Meanwhile, while working as a photographer, Victor sees strange images on his laptop, including a crying child. Concerned, Victor contacts Catherine's home but learns the girls went to Deshana's house. Joined by Catherine's parents, Miranda and Tony, they search the woods and find the girls' backpacks, and Angela's shoes in the water. Worried, they alert the authorities. A young man and his father find Angela and Catherine hiding in their barn cellar, and the girls are taken to the hospital with red, blistered feet and scratched skin, displaying disoriented behavior. Back home, she admits to playing a game in the woods to contact her mother's spirit. Strange behavior follows, including talking to an unseen entity, manipulating lights, and disturbing incidents like black water in the bath, and Angela apparently ripping off a toenail. Victor takes Angela back to the hospital after she attempts to wrap Soren's scarf around his face. Miranda and Tony take Catherine and her siblings to their Baptist church. Despite the pastor giving thanks for Catherine's return, she looks worn out. During communion, she walks out. When she returns, she is covered in blood and yelling, "The body and the blood." Controlled by her parents, she is kept bedridden. In Angela's room, Nurse Anne checks in. Angela reveals her past, mentioning a child's name before bleeding profusely. Anne shares her history of an abortion. She gives Victor a book from Chris McNeil, documenting her experience with her possessed daughter Regan. After Victor reads Chris's book and watches interviews, he personally seeks her out. She shares that Regan cut off contact after the book's publication. Victor explains his desperate situation, causing Chris to join him at the hospital. They suspect Pazuzu, the same demon from Regan's possession. Encountering the possessed Angela, they then visit Catherine's home. In an unfortunate attempt to expel the demon, Catherine grabs a cross, gouging out Chris's eyes. They rush to the hospital where Victor apologizes to Chris. Despite the tragedy, she stands by her decision to help. After Chris is hospitalized, Anne consults Father Maddox for an exorcism, but the Catholic Church denies approval due to safety concerns. Catherine's parents turn to Pastor Don Revens, while Victor seeks help from hoodoo practitioner Dr. Beehive and preacher Stewart. Despite their efforts, the church refuses the exorcism. Victor, Miranda, and Tony gather the group, binding Angela and Catherine to nailed-down chairs in the same house, drawing a protective ring around them. They attempt a DIY exorcism ritual. During the process, the demon Lamashtu speaks through Angela, revealing Victor's past choice to save Soren over Angela. Angela's true voice emerges, expressing anger at her father's decision. Lamashtu declares that one girl will live, and the other will die, forcing the parents to make a choice. Maddox returns, disregarding the church's refusal, and starts his own exorcism. The demon causes the girls' heads to spin, leading to Maddox's own death with a 180-degree twist. Victor tries to talk to Angela, saying sorry for choosing Soren over her. He uses Soren's scarf to bring the real Angela out. Tony suddenly says he wants to save Catherine. Angela's body floats and throws up acid before collapsing with a flatlined heart rate. Victor holds Angela and cries while Catherine briefly seems alive before Lamashtu takes her spirit to hell. In the days that follow, Angela begins to rebuild her life and grows closer to her father. Miranda and Tony continue to mourn Catherine. As Victor visits Soren's grave once more, and Anne confidently expresses her faith in a statement to the police. In the end, Chris's daughter visits her at the hospital, bringing a heartfelt reunion between the two.